Hi everyone, Cindy here. I hope everyone's having a happy Friday. Welcome to our Summer of Love series today. So I want to hear from you guys. Let me know if you're watching the replay or you're here live. Anyway, I want to just chit chat about. I hear this often from women. I actually hear it from men too. When when you've gone out on 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe even 10 dates and he stops calling. What do you do? Why does it happen? And what are some of the signs to look for to see if maybe that is something that is going to lead into happening, right? So, one of the things that I share a lot with my tribe, my clients that are in, my Infinite Love program, as well as my Love VIP intensive ladies, I talk about curiosity. So you find out a little bit about who he is, the way that he, his way of being and dating and relationships, where he's at, what he's looking for, and also how is he showing up on the dates? Are you noticing him becoming a little bit more distant? Typically what I see with men is they are making future plans if they're planning on seeing you in the future. So why does this happen? Well, it can happen for a variety of reasons. One, it could happen because he may not be able to fully gauge your interest. So you may not be fully communicating enthusiastically or acknowledging the fact that you really enjoy the time you spend together. You're really happy and receptive when you do things together. And this may not be you, so toss out the information that's not. And, another thing is that there's a lot of mixed signals in our culture anyway, right? So, one of my clients, most of my clients, what I teach them, or all of my clients actually, what I teach them is for the man to lead. And, if a man says, well, gosh, you can call me too, or you can feel free to text me, or whatever, what happens is, a lot of times women get stumped around that. And the easiest thing to do is to say something like, you know what, I appreciate that. And just call me a little old fashioned that way. I really like it when a man reaches out to me first. And, I'm always very receptive. And, if you were to reach out to me and perhaps ask me on a date, I would be, I would love to go. And some men really see it, they get it, and others do not. So, those are reasons, or, possibly they were dating someone else as well that they became a little more serious with. Or, it could be a variety of things in their life that, and I've seen this with men as well. I know many men, and, I've seen men, date a woman that they really like, they feel connected to, and they wake up and they go, gosh, I don't know that I'm ready to step into this. She seems great. I just don't know that I'm ready to have the kind of relationship that I know she desires, because men sense what you desire, and you should absolutely communicate. I'm dating I'm dating abundantly till the right man takes me off the market. I'm dating for a reason, because I really do want to bring in lasting love. and it's not attached to them, right? And that's an important thing. So those may be reasons. They may also feel like you've put a lot of expectations onto them early on, that they need to show up or act a certain way. And if men feel like they're wronged, or they don't feel like they can, what's the word? They don't feel like they can be that for you, they're going to back off. Or, so those are some things. And so what I would invite you to ask yourself is, how am I showing up? What are my expectations? Because if you're out there dating, having a strong idea of, what I teach is my Fabulous Five, and getting to know a man, getting curious about them, because men will tell you who they are, what their patterns are in relationships really, really early on, the first, second, third date, because he's not emotionally attached to you yet. He might be charmed, he might be, excited about getting to know you, but he's not emotionally attached. And if you listen to that, rather than having your come from being your agenda the way that you want it to be, so this is about being flexible. And if a man feels a woman being flexible in flow, in her feminine, receiving, men eat that up like crazy, because there are a lot of women that, many of my clients struggle with that, because they're successful women, they're driven, many women are in their masculine in this day and age, and it can work as a challenge to, unhook from showing up in a manner of being in that feminine energy. So I hope this helps you guys. Hi, Helene. And I'm welcome to any of your questions and comments. And, you guys you might be thinking, well, he ghosted me. I mean, it could, yeah, I guess you could say, yes, he did. And I did speak about ghosting a couple weeks ago, and it does kind of suck. You can also look at it from the simple standpoint of, how would you want to be treated, right? What if you dated a guy 5 or 6 times and you really figured out, gosh, he's a nice guy, he's fun, I don't see a future with him, and remember to treat people how you want to be treated. Are you doing that? I invite you to look at that with yourself, because a lot of times if we've been ghosted, we've ghosted. And, looking at being in that place of integrity yourself, and I wouldn't chase after the guy, or I wouldn't call him and ask him why or anything like that. I would let it go. I would energetically just go, okay, this isn't, there's a lesson here for me. Look at the lesson, look at the blessing of meeting that person and the experiences you've had. And, that's an important reason to not get physically intimate too soon until you're in a committed relationship, because men don't bond over sex or physical intimacy. They bond through deep connection. They bond through feeling acknowledged, understood. They bond through your vulnerability. So they bond through those things. And that's what makes him more curious about you and want to create, want to be with you more and more and more. You know, if you've gone out on 5 or 6 dates, you thought everything was great, and he stopped calling you, you know, it could even be that things were moving too fast and he didn't want things to move too fast. Women, we lead from behind. So if you pace him, it will create a, you know, what I call tension, a little bit of mystery, because a man likes to know, gosh, okay, she's got a life outside of me, she's doing things, she's, you know, I haven't become the center of her universe, and he should never be anyway, because they look at that. They look at, you know, is she too available too soon, too early on? So they look at all of these things too. Hey Terry, good to see you. So it froze. Hopefully it'll come back on because I'm not frozen. But I hope this is helpful to you. Let me know if you have questions, comments, you know, any particular situation that might have happened or that you're feeling baffled about. I'm here for you, and I will be happy to answer any of them. So I'm sending you guys so much love. Happy Friday. Happy Summer of Love series, and we'll see you all soon. Mwah. Love you. Bye.